It's Monday, so it's time for another episode of the Bud Fallbrook Show. Welcome back to regular viewers and just plain welcome to anybody new who's tuning in for the first time. We've got plenty of stuff to get through, so let's get started. And of course, I'm joined by DJ Too Old, as always. You know, I watched the Oscars on Sunday night, and it just reminded me how much you are not Questlove. Oh well. Let's talk baseball. It was a mixed week for the Tigers, which included a 3-game losing streak, but they ended up playing 500 ball since our last report. And they're still in first place, 3 games ahead of the Giants and the Swallows, who are tied for second. I didn't actually get to see any games this week or see any highlights, really. It was pretty busy. And you know who else was busy? NASA. I don't even know where to start. A private company flew 2 astronauts to the International Space Station, and that wasn't even the coolest thing that happened this week. This was. What you see there is a helicopter flying on Mars. Not only that, you're looking at video that was shot 185 million miles away. God damn, that is amazing. Something at least equally cool, but not quite as visually interesting, is this little gizmo. This little toaster-sized experimental instrument aboard Perseverance is called the Mars Oxygen In Situ Resource Utilization Experiment, or MOXIE. And it was reported this week that back on April 20th, this little box sucked in a little carbon dioxide from the Martian atmosphere and converted it into oxygen.
That is sure to come in handy.
Yeah, no kidding. Anyway, and the other business of the day is today is our 10th show. We are into double digits. So it's probably a good time to take an honest look at how we're doing. Without getting too deep into the analytics, we got off to a good start. Our first show quickly racked up over 100 views, and we pulled in a bunch of new subscribers. But the last 2 episodes have actually been the least watched yet. And even though I've been concerned that maybe the episodes were a little too short, it turns out a lot of people are tuning out about 2/3 of the way through a 3-minute cartoon. I blame myself. Also concerning is the fact we've only racked up 5 comments, and I wrote 3 of them. Actually, that's not entirely true. We've racked up over 50 comments, but because I hold all comments for review, 45 of them did not make the cut. And I'm going to show you why. So it turns out a lot of people are too busy to watch the entire cartoon, but they're not too busy to take the time to tell me that it sucks. Now, I could say something snarky and defensive about the bad grammar and the missing words and all that, but people are entitled to their opinions. But that last one, that's inaccurate, and I'll tell you why. I mean, everyone does realize that it's just me here, right? Doing all the voices and the music and the animation. There isn't a crew, and there aren't any other actors, and I'm kind of just cranking this out every week on my own. So if there were female characters or characters of color and I did the voices, I think that would get me in even more trouble.
You could use a female robot voice.
Thanks for that. And if you scroll down to the classic Bud Fallbrook original episodes on the Blunt Farce page, you'll see that it was quite a cast of characters that were all voiced by appropriate people. And if I'm being honest, a lot more visually interesting things happened in those episodes. But they also took anywhere from 3 to 11 months to make. Here's a little sample of a few highlights from the pilot episode. Sometimes I'm my own worst enemy.
I thought Wojo Tandu was your worst enemy. Damn you, Fallbrook! Damn you to hell!
Let's talk about something else.
We don't need pie. We need brownies.
Agreed.
All right. Give me a second. Okay, I'm ready. We'd like to see a selection of your most compassionate brownies.
Thank you for your patronage.
Get well soon.
Good brownie.
I'm compassionate as a kite.
You're trying a little too hard.
What? We need pie.
Now, even I have to admit that is a little bit more visually interesting than a talk show. But it's also impossible to do something like that every week. So we're going to keep doing what we do. We do have some more tricks up our sleeve, like actual guests and things like that, but the truth is, if you want to attract good guests, you have to have a bigger audience. So even though I've said I'm not going to hector people into subscribing and spreading the word, the truth is, you got to subscribe and spread the word. And hopefully our benevolent overlords at Blunt Farce will continue to give us the runway we need to attract that bigger audience. And I think that wraps it up for this week. So good luck, everyone. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you next Monday.